The Straits Times released an article earlier this year about how more homeowners were not able to fully repay CPF after selling their home. What exactly is this about and how does this affect you? Let's get into it. The title of the article itself is phrased quite interestingly, particularly with the phrase fully repay CPF. After all, if CPF is our own money, why do we even need to pay back CPF at all? Firstly, let's look at how a negative cash sale happens. Let's take a case study of a foreign flat owner who sold his flat at $500,000. After deducting his outstanding loan of $300,000, the owner would also have to less off the CPF utilized for the house, which in his case adds up to $220,000. And this is the amount that he has to be paid back to CPF. After this deduction, this leaves the cash proceeds amount to be a negative $20,000. Not only does this owner receive $0 in cash after the sale, he will also have to less off $20,000 from his initial CPF refund of $220,000 to pay back CPF. And this is assuming the house is sold at market value or above. Are there lessons to learn from this? Here are 3 things every homeowner should know regarding the use of CPF for their property. Number 1. The effects of CPF accrued interest are very real. In the earlier example, the homeowner's CPF refund was $220,000. This $220,000 is actually broken down into 2 components, the principal sum of $190,000 and the $30,000 of accrued interest. Accrued interest is the amount you would have earned if you had not used it for housing, and this amount is calculated at 2.5% per annum. In other words, the CPF accrued interest had actually outperformed the growth of his property, hence resulting in a negative cash sale. Which brings us to point 2, balancing between usage of cash and CPF. A common trend for homeowners, especially those with a HDB loan, would be that they primarily use their CPF to pay off down payments, loan installments, as well as stamp duties. High usage of CPF will ultimately contribute to higher accrued interest, which can contribute to a negative cash sale upon selling. Hence, we would recommend allocating more cash for housing payments if cash flow allows. Our third point would be to share that property progression planning is absolutely essential. With a proper strategy, homeowners can not only avoid negative cash sales, but instead leverage on their CPF effectively to pick properties with the best potential. We hope that you have enjoyed this segment about CPF usage for property. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you have enjoyed this video, do consider subscribing and leaving a thumbs up.